리얼 유어 스마트 시티, 스마트 시티 현실이 되다. 지속 가능한 혁신 플랫폼. 리얼 스마트 시티가 현실이 되는 제5회 월드 스마트 시티 엑스포를 시작합니다.
We have begun the World Smart City Expo with a video performance and image of robots and images. Smart cities are no longer a part of our imagination. It is indeed part of our reality. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the MC of the opening ceremony of the 5th World Smart City Expo, 문소리. I would like to thank you for joining us despite the difficult circumstances and also joining us through our online platform. Thank you very much, everyone. This event is co-hosted by MOLIT and MSIT and is co-organized by LH Corporation, K-Water, and Kintex. Asia's largest smart city event, the World Smart City Expo, began in 2017, and this year marks its 5th anniversary. This year's expo is being held under the theme of See Real, Your Smart City. Delegates from global smart cities and business representatives are joining us at the Kintex Exhibition Building number 1 and also via our online platform. For the next 3 days, we will be sharing our vision for creating and further developing a human-centered, sustainable smart city. I ask you for your continuous interest and support for the next 3 days. Let us now commence the opening ceremony of the 5th World Smart City Expo, See Real Your Smart City. First, I would like to introduce the VIPs present here at Kintex. When I call upon your name, please rise and acknowledge the audience, and also those joining us via our online platform. Please give them a big round of applause as well. First, Chairman Lee Hyun-sung of the National Assembly, Land and Transport Committee. Thank you very much for joining us. Next, First Vice Minister Yoon Sung-won of the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport. Thank you for joining us. Also joining us is President Kim Hyun-jun of R.E.A.L Corporation. Thank you. Next, President Park Jae-hyun of K-Water. Thank you so much for joining us.
Joanna Donald, the Ambassador of Netherlands Embassy to Korea. 오늘 주한 네덜란드 대사관의
Honorable Joanna Donald, the Netherlands Ambassador to Korea.
Deputy Head of Mission, British Embassy Seoul, Nikesi Mehta. 오늘
The Deputy Chief of Mission from the British Embassy, Honorable Nikesi Mehta. Thank you. Next, CEO Lee Hwa-young of Kintex. Thank you. And also joining us from the Incheon Free Economic Zone is President Lee Won-jae. Next, Mayor Lee Jae-jun of Goyang City, where this event is taking place. Thank you very much for joining us. From Gangneung City, we have with us Mayor Kim Han-gun. From Bucheon City, Mayor Jang Deok-cheon. President Kim Hyun-soo of the Korea Planning Association. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Next, Chairman Kim Do-yeon of the National Assembly Smart City Committee. Also from Busan City, Vice Mayor Kim Yoon-il. Thank you very much for joining us. We have many representatives from cities throughout Korea. From Daejeon City, we have with us Vice Mayor Kim Myung-soo. Thank you. And from MOLIT, Director General Kim Hung-jin of Territorial and Urban Development. Thank you very much. And also from the Smart City Association, President Shim Kyung-chol. Thank you very much. And I do believe that those joining us through our online platform are also very important VIPs. I apologize for not being able to introduce each and every one of you.
Why are we all gathered here today at the World Smart City Expo to exchange ideas and technology and create a sustainable smart city? What is the fundamental purpose? I believe that it is to hand down to our children, our future generation, a cleaner livelihood and a livable city. This is the aspiration that we all do have. It's no longer in our imagination, but now it's becoming a reality, a sustainable smart city. And we would like to provide you with an image of the values of the sustainable smart city.
인류가 자초한 지구 온난화 심화로 극한 기후가 더욱 빈번해질 것입니다.
딸, 뭘 그렇게 걱정하고 있어?
애기가 태어나면 밖에서 놀고 싶은데.
괜찮아. 좀 있으면 금세 깨끗해져서 동생이랑 같이 나가서 놀 수 있을 거야.
정말?
그럼. 우리 그때까지 동생한테 학교 생활에 대해서 얘기해주면 어떨까? 학교에 가면 제일 먼저 뭘 하고 싶어?
일단 엄청 멋진 친구들을 사귈래.
몇 명이나?
100명.
그렇게나 많이?
학교 끝나도 친구들이랑 매일매일 같이 놀 거야.
동생이 섭섭해하겠는걸?
동생이랑 친구들이랑 다 같이 놀면 되지.
그러면 되겠구나.
친구들은 내 동생도 좋아해줄걸?
그럼 네가 좀 더 크면?
그땐 아마 밖이 깜깜해질 때까지 공부를 엄청 열심히 할 거야.
집에 올 때 무섭지 않겠어?
나는 용감하니까 괜찮아.
그래? 그럼 걱정하지 않아도 되겠네. 더 어른이 되면 무슨 일을 하고 싶어?
뭔가 대단한 걸 만드는 사람? 내가 만든 걸로 세상이 더 좋아질 거야. 그때는 동생도 많이 커서 내 얘기를 더 잘 들어주겠지?
글쎄, 그때는 네 얘기 들어줄 사람이 따로 있을걸?
누구? 엄마?
때가 되면 알게 될 거야.
어른이 되고 나면 나만 집에서 살아야지.
엄마들 초대해 줄 거야?
당연하지. 그 집에서 내 가족도 만들 거야. 엄마?
이제 네가 그렸던 미래가 진짜로 눈앞에 펼쳐질 거야.
기대된다. 진짜 미래.
고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. The next city where our children will live will be a cleaner city that we would be handing down to them, but it will also be a livable and a more convenient city. And the 5th World Smart City Expo is now being here today, joined by many distinguished guests. And we also have Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum, who sent his congratulatory message. Let us now watch the video.
존경하는 국민 여러분, 참석해 주신 국내외 귀인 여러분 반갑습니다. 아시아 태평양 지역 최대의 스마트 시티 전람회의인 제5회 월드 스마트 시티 엑스포 개막을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 코로나19로 어려운 상황 속에서도 세계 도시의 변화를 이끌어가는 주역들께서 모두 한자리에 모이셨습니다. 안전하고 알차게 엑스포를 준비해 주신 국토교통부와 과학기술정보통신부 관계자 여러분, 92개의 전시관을 운영하게 되는 기업인과 지자체 공직자 여러분, 정말 수고 많으셨습니다. 여러 지원을 아끼지 않으신 이현성 국회 국토교통위원회 위원장님 감사합니다. 이 중요한 엑스포 개막식에 저도 꼭 참석해서 여러분들과 함께 축하를 드리고 싶었습니다마는 오늘 정기국회 개원 일정과 겹쳐서 아쉽게 영상으로 대신 인사. 존경하는 국민 여러분, 참석해 주신 국내외 귀인 여러분 반갑습니다. 아시아 태평양 지역 최대의 스마트 시티 전람회의인 제5회 월드 스마트 시티 엑스포 개막을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 코로나19로 어려운 상황 속에서도 세계 도시의 변화를 이끌어가는 주역들께서 모두 한자리에 모이셨습니다. 안전하고 알차게 엑스포를 준비해 주신 국토교통부와 과학기술정보통신부 관계자 여러분, 92개의 전시관을 운영하게 되는 기업인과 지자체 공직자 여러분, 정말 수고 많으셨습니다. 여러 지원을 아끼지 않으신 이현성 국회 국토교통위원회 위원장님 감사합니다. 이 중요한 엑스포 개막식에 저도 꼭 참석해서 여러분들과 함께 축하를 드리고 싶었습니다마는 오늘 정기국회 개원 일정과 겹쳐서 아쉽게 영상으로 대신 인사드리는 것을 양해해 주시기 바랍니다. 존경하는 국민 여러분, 그리고 참석자 여러분, 우리가 사는 도시는 이미 거대한 디지털 플랫폼이 되었습니다. 코로나 대응에서도 스마트 시티 기술이 큰 역할을 했습니다. 도시의 빅데이터 기술과 CCTV는 역학조사 시스템에서 활용되어서 확진자의 동선 분석을 통해서 감염의 원인을 더 빠르고 정확하게 파악하는 데 큰 도움이 되었습니다. 스마트 기술 GIS를 활용해서 코로나 종합 상황 지도를 만들고 마스크 공급 문제도 해결할 수 있었습니다. 스마트 시티는 이제 우리 눈앞에 와 있는 현실이 되었습니다. 얼마 전 저는 연말에 첫 입주를 앞두고 있는 부산의 에코 델타 시티에 다녀왔습니다. 상상 속에서만 그렸던 그 미래의 기술들이 시민들의 삶을 바꾸게 될 그런 생생한 모습이 정말 감동적이었습니다. 내년에는 세종 스마트 시티도 새로운 문명의 도시로 탄생합니다. 부산과 세종의 스마트 시티는 정부와 민간, 국민 참여단이 모두 참여해서 조성에서부터 설계, 시공, 운영 방식까지 함께 만들어가는 세계에서 유례를 찾아보기 어려운 선도적인 스마트 시티입니다. 이렇게 뛰어난 우리의 스마트 시티 기술에 대해 지금 전 세계의 관심이 뜨겁습니다. 현재 우리나라에는 세계 20개 도시의 스마트 시티 마스터 플랜 수립과 서비스 구축을 지원하고 있습니다. 끊임없는 도전과 혁신으로 대한민국의 스마트 시티를 발전시켜 오신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사와 존경의 말씀을 드립니다. 국민 여러분, 전 세계의 참석자 여러분, 지난 P4G 국제회의에서 우리는 탄소 중립이라는 인류 공동의 목표에서 스마트 시티가 갖는 중요성을 다시 한번 확인한 바 있습니다. 기후 위기 시대에 우리는 스마트 시티를 통해서 에너지를 절약하고 집중호우와 태풍 같은 자연재해에도 더 안전하게 대응할 수 있습니다. 스마트 시티는 또한 미래 산업의 보고입니다. 다양한 분야에서 많은 일자리를 창출할 것입니다. 이를 위해서 문재인 정부는 스마트 시티 정책을 중점 국정과제로 선정하고 국가 시범도시 건설을 비롯한 도시 문제 해결에 디지털 기술을 폭넓게 적용해 왔습니다. 정부는 또한 지난 7월에 스마트 시티를 포용적 회복과 도약을 위한 한국판 뉴딜의 핵심 사업으로 선정했습니다. 사람 중심의 안전하고 행복한 도시를 만들어서
고맙습니다. Thank you. He mentioned about the construction of a people-centered smart city and encouraged everyone's efforts in this endeavor. Thank you very much, Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyung. Let us go on to the welcome remarks at the 5th World City Expo. And the welcome remarks will be given by the first Vice Minister Yoon Sung-won of Molit. Please greet him with a big round of applause. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yoon Sung-won, First Vice Minister of the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport. I wholeheartedly welcome you to the largest event in the Asia-Pacific for exchanges on the topic of smart cities, the 5th World Smart City Expo. Today, many distinguished guests have joined us to congratulate this meaningful event. First, Chairman Lee Hyun-sung of the National Assembly Land and Transport Committee, Honorable Joanna Donewald, Ambassador of the Netherlands to Korea, Honorable Nikeshi Mehta, Deputy Head of Mission of the British Embassy in Seoul, Mayor Lee Jae-jun of Goyang City, Mayor Jang Dok-cheon of Bucheon City, Mayor Kim Han-gun of Gangneung City, Vice Mayor Kim Yoon-il of Busan City, Vice Mayor Kim Myung-soo of Daejeon City, and all those present here today, I thank you for your interest and support. I would also like to thank those who have helped put together this event, including those from Korea LH Corporation, K-Water, Kintex, and all other relevant organizations. Smart cities have become a necessity, not a matter of choice, as a solution to make cities, which are the foundation of our lives, sustainable, eco-friendly, and inclusive. As such, the Republic of Korea, like many other countries and cities around the world, is also doing its utmost to quickly build and spread smart cities. Including the national pilot cities in Sejong and Busan, there are efforts ongoing to transform 45 cities into smart cities. Such endeavors, along with transforming our lives, will enable us to build the foundation for another leap forward, supporting the creation of new ecosystems for industries along with new jobs. This event has been prepared to share with the world Korea's experience and progress of building smart cities and discuss the value of and vision for cities. For the next 3 days, various events will be held under the theme, See R.E.A.L Your Smart City. Asia's largest exhibition with 185 corporations participating, 19 international conferences for discussing global agendas, along with special events held under the theme of Korea's smart cities will show us the present and future of smart cities. In addition, the various business events will provide to businesses experiencing difficulty in developing new markets due to the prolonged COVID-19 pandemic opportunities to find new sales channels and markets. Another important event that must be noted is the Intergovernmental International Cooperation Meetings to share Korea's smart city development experience with countries around the world. We will be able to identify opportunities for greater development and growth through the sharing of Korea's experience in resolving daily inconveniences related to transportation, environment, energy, and crime by applying Korea's advanced IT technology and the fourth industrial revolution technology. While joining us on this 3-day journey, you will be able to feel for yourself how deeply smart cities have permeated into our lives. Distinguished guests from home and abroad, the Korean government desires to create and spread inclusive smart cities together with you so that everyone can enjoy convenient and safe living brought about by the smart transformation led by cities. This is the reason that we have invited you here, and I promise to go beyond rhetoric and pledges, to take firm action, and cooperate to build good, livable cities, smart cities for everyone. At present, we are preparing for a better future for our cities, with the hope and expectation that Korea's smart cities will embrace people, open up a bright new future, and serve as bridges linking the world together. I sincerely wish the World Smart City Expo great success. Thank you.
네, 고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for emphasizing the value and the mission of today's World Smart City Expo. And I would like to extend my gratitude once again to First Vice Minister Yoon Sung-won for making today's event possible, along with our co-organizers. Next, I would like to invite Chairman Lee Hyun-sung of the National Assembly's Land, Infrastructure and Transport Committee for his congratulatory remarks. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
예, 안녕하십니까.
Good day, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lee Hyun-sung, Chairman of the National Assembly's Land, Infrastructure and Transport Committee. I would like to congratulate the opening of the 5th World Smart City Expo, and I would also like to sincerely thank the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, the Ministry of Science and ICT, LH, K-Water, and Kintex for providing this meaningful event. This year's expo is participated by the Netherlands, Denmark, and Canada as well. And I do know that you're undergoing difficult situations, but I would like to express my gratitude to all of the participants and distinguished guests joining us despite the challenging times. Smart cities have emerged as the solution and answer to creating a more convenient and safe living conditions and enhancing the city's sustainability. While I've been a member of the National Assembly's Land, Infrastructure, Transport Committee for 10 years, I have been watching how many people have worked so hard for the development and dissemination of smart city technology. The government, by having officials out on the field throughout the country, has taken the lead in discovering services suitable for each and every local environment. And academia and industry, with the support of the government, have been concentrating on technology development and nurturing talent. The National Assembly also put in place in 2017 the Smart City Act to empower the government and private sector. Thanks to the hidden efforts of many people, now in Daejeon City, the emergency dispatch time has been greatly reduced through the integrated platform linking the 112 and 119 emergency services. In Anyang, the automatic voice recognition safety sensor now prevents lonely deaths of the elderly living alone. And in May, in Ulsan, we saw the safe return of a missing child to their parents 19 minutes after reporting the missing child case through the integrated control system. A smart city is a city designed with cutting-edge technology, but ultimately, I believe a smart city is where people lead happy lives and where they are warmly welcomed and where life becomes enjoyable. As the chairman of the Land, Infrastructure and Transport Committee, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all those people who have worked so hard for the development of smart city technology in Korea. And now I hope we see our Pride technology promoted and widely known overseas and disseminate the expertise to more countries so that people around the world can also enjoy a more convenient, happier, and safer life. Thank you very much.
고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. He has extended much support for the successful hosting of this event, Chairman Lee Hyun-sung of the Land and Transport Committee. Next, with the vision of creating a real smart city of the Republic of Korea, together with the Korean city, Korean people, a city that is inclusive and opens up a sustainable future and expands into the daily reality of the world, a congratulated performance will be held under the theme of Your Smart City Journey, Embracing the People and Opening Up the Future. There will be 3 acts in total. Act 1 will be a performance of how the future of cities unfold. In Act 2, we will see a performance of how smart cities become a reality before our eyes and becomes a thriving city filled with energy. In Act 3, the performance will express a smart city of Korea that is beloved by people around the world. Let us now watch the opening performance, integrating various genres of the performing arts together with spectacular video images.
고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. The Smart City of the Republic of Korea. The performance was about the vision of Korea's smart cities, and this was indeed a dynamic and beautiful performance. The smart cities of Korea are not limited to the smart cities of Korea alone, but they are actually cooperating with many smart cities around the world. And so, those participating in the K-City Network Global Cooperation Program sent us video messages. Let us take a look. And the messages will also be included in the globe on the screen. So let us now take a look together at the screen.
I am really honored to participate in this opening ceremony of the World Smart City Expo 2021, hosted by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport and the Ministry of Science, Information Communications and Technologies. The time being is the right moment to start to work on the project and achieving valuable results that will be shown and shared during future events of this Smart City Expo. In the meantime, I wish you a fruitful and successful event. Many thanks.
We create the participant of World Smart City Expo 2021 in Korea and wish success to all participants of this event. Thank you.
And building a smart city is very necessary direction in the future development. We are very happy to know that our project of building a smart transportation system has been selected by Organization Committee for K-City Network 2021. We hope to receive more next coming supports from Organization Committee and other technology businesses in order to make this project successful and effectively. Thank you very much.
2021 Dünya Akıllı Şehirler Fuarı Organizasyonu en samimi dileklerim ve selamı paydaşlar ve katılımcılara akıllı şehir alanında iyi uygulamaların paylaşıldığı başarılı etkinlikler diliyorum. Bu alanda işbirliklerimizin devamını diler ve tüm katılımcılar için Dünya Akıllı Şehirler Fuarı'nın birine geçmesini temenni ederim.
Уважаеми организатори, уважаеми участници, за мен е чест и удоволствие да ви поздравя лично от мое име като кмет на община Казанлък и от името на моите съграждани по повод откриването на 5-то световно изложение Умни градове 2021 година. Вярвам, че усилията на община Казанлък в тази посока, заедно с знанията, опита и добрите практики на Република Корея, ще допринесат за повишаване качеството на живот на нашите граждани. Пожелавам на всички участници добро здраве, благополучие и успех в активната ви работа!
함께 해주신 분들께 여러분.
Once again, a big round of applause for those who have sent us their video messages. Spain, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Vietnam, and Bulgaria. Participants from these countries joining in the Smart City Cooperation Program sent messages showcasing their determination for cooperation.
And I believe that now it's time for us to respond to these messages. We would like to invite our distinguished guests for a commemorative ceremony to once again to reiterate our commitment to this cooperation program for the Smart City. I would like to ask the following distinguished guests to remove your receivers to join us on the stage. First, I would like to invite Chairman Lee Hyun-sung of the Land, Infrastructure and Transport Committee of the National Assembly. Please join us on the stage for the commemorative ceremony. First Vice Minister Yoon Sung-won of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, please join us. CEO Kim Hyun-jun of Korea Land and Housing Corporation, LH. CEO Park Jae-yeon of K-Water, please join us on the stage.
Excellency Johan Donald, the Ambassador of Netherlands Embassy to Korea. Thank you. Netherlands,
Honorable Ambassador Joanne Donald of the Kingdom of Netherlands to Korea.
Would you please come to the stage? 그리고 주한 영국 니키
Deputy Chief of Mission Nikeshi Mehta, British Embassy Seoul, please join us. CEO Lee Hwa-young of Kintex, Commissioner Lee Won-jae of Incheon Free Economic Zone. So we will now have our distinguished guests joining us for the commemorative ceremony of the 5th World Smart City Expo. And I truly hope that this serves as an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment of cooperation with countries around the world. And I would like to ask our distinguished guests at my count to please press the button in front of you.
Press the button to open this opening ceremony for this expo. Thank you very much. 자, 그러면 여러분들
So then, I would like to ask you to join us in the countdown. The 5th World Smart City Expo. Let us now open the event. 3, 2, 1.
City.
See real your smart city. Once again.
Hi, I'm Keith Stryer from NVIDIA. I am delighted to welcome you to the World Smart City Expo. NVIDIA is honored to participate. It has never been a more important time to talk about cities, and we commend South Korea for hosting this event. There's a global phenomenon across developed and developing economies. There's a great migration underway. 3 million people are moving to cities every single week. It is irrefutable that we are becoming an urban world. The trends are clear. The real question is whether cities are ready. 68% of the world will live in cities by 2050. The collective economies of the top 100 cities will make up 1/3 of the world's top GDP, and they will also generate 70% of the carbon impacting our Earth's atmosphere. The COVID pandemic accelerated the digitalization of government at every level, but perhaps also increased the backlog of construction projects and infrastructure upgrades. Cities also have new tools at their disposal, including artificial intelligence, but they do not always have the skills and infrastructure to fully capitalize on those tools. Of course, AI is not a singular technology. It is a constellation of different technologies and knowledge domains. It is also the most powerful technology force of our time. Now, cities can have the most ambitious AI plans, but without specialized infrastructure, the benefits to society do not materialize. There are 3 key points to understand here, right out of the gate. First, AI is not IT. So AI infrastructure is not the same as IT infrastructure. Enterprise software and the infrastructure that it runs on are both mature, whereas the infrastructure that makes AI possible is very specialized and still rapidly evolving. Second, this is not just about hardware. It's about specialized software, expertise, and ecosystems. Finally, cities need infrastructure that is resilient, and this requires a hybrid approach that combines local capacity and commercial cloud resources. We are now in the 4th industrial revolution. AI is changing the basis for private sector competition and public governance. To fully understand the new art of the possible, watch this video.
I am a creator. Blending art and technology. To immerse our senses. I am a healer, helping us take the next step and see what's possible.
Wow. Can you really see?
Yes.
Oh,
I am a pioneer, finding life-saving answers. And pushing the edge to the outer limits. I am a guardian, defending our oceans.
Roger that. Fly in now.
And the magnificent creatures that call them home. I am a protector, helping the earth breathe easier. And watching over it for generations to come. I am a storyteller, giving emotion to words and bringing them to life. I am even the composer of the music. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
The policy imperative to invest in AI is truly global. It extends to every nation and every city. Governments across the world started publishing AI plans in 2017. They focused on common themes like economic growth, research, transport systems and autonomous vehicles, startups and innovation, population health, and national security. Leading AI policy expert Jack Clark said it especially well. Machine learning is a uniquely omni-use technology that could impact almost every area of national policy. The next wave of public sector AI policy and investment is being driven by cities. Cities have been investing in digital and smart technologies for decades, of course, but advances in data science and computing are unlocking new frontiers of urban innovation. South Korea, India, Japan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates are all examples of countries with national AI strategies focused on national goals and local AI strategies targeting more urban issues, such as improving the livability and sustainability of cities. Here are some examples of more traditional smart city projects across the world. At the top of the list is mobility and transport. Forecasting computer demand, for example, informs infrastructure investments, while automating systems like smart parking, bicycle sharing, plan ride sharing, makes the entire public transit network more resilient. Sustainability and energy are also prime areas for AI. Forecasting and understanding energy system demand informs investments in grid modernization, as well as longer-term energy policies. Improving solar panel placement increases electricity generation and decarbonization. And there's crisis management. Early detection from citizen reports, posts on social media leads to faster response times. So does allocating and routing response resources using both AI and human judgment versus human judgment alone. Now let's consider how cities are taking AI to the next level. AI creates new ways to engage citizens and be more inclusive. Deploying conversational AI improves access to city services. Residents can get information by asking questions in their native language and in a natural way. This can be especially helpful for residents who are visually impaired. Now they can speak directly to government systems 24/7 using their voice to navigate. Housing is another complex area. Cities must make investments today that define neighborhoods and urban life for decades to come. Such decisions can be improved with deeper insights based on AI models that learn from data on housing and transportation patterns, economic activity, even weather. Lastly, we have urban planning. This is one of the most cutting-edge use cases for the future of cities. Now, when you think of a smart city, you think flying cars, 5G, and robots. Those are all part of the equation for sure. Mind-blowing projects like NEOM in Saudi Arabia, Woven City in Japan, and National Landing in Virginia are all good examples. Applying AI to improve land use regulations doesn't have the same high-tech appeal, but the potential impact is profound. Let's double-click briefly on this last topic. Traditional urban planning is time-consuming and laborious. Many factors need to be considered when generating the final planning scheme for a city. Researchers have been exploring how AI can be used to automatically generate urban planning solutions to improve this process. One team developed an AI model that generates land use configurations to help policymakers review the trade-offs of different approaches before approving them. Their AI model learned from data on urban geography, human mobility, and socioeconomic trends. The approach is not perfect. It has limitations, but it may someday transform how cities are structured and regulated. Let's step back for a moment and answer one fundamental question. Why are you hearing from NVIDIA on the topic of smart cities? NVIDIA, after all, is known as a semiconductor company and as a gaming company. Over the past 30 years, we have built on a legacy in chip design, on visual and scientific computing, gaming, and simulation to create the core technologies that drive the modern era of AI. Today, NVIDIA is a full-stack accelerated computing platform. On top of our platform, gamers get lost in synthetic worlds. Developers build neural networks to solve complex problems. Scientists unlock new frontiers in biology, climate science, and space travel. Architects and engineers collaborate to design more livable public spaces. NVIDIA is, in fact, the only AI company that operates inside all other AI companies and is uniquely positioned to partner with nations and cities to realize their ambitions. Governments are challenged to keep up with the pace of innovation in AI. Both the computational infrastructure and the field of data science are continuously evolving. Consider that the size of AI models are doubling every 3 to 4 months, requiring larger data sets and larger computers. This is exponentially faster than Moore's law. Now also consider where we're going. There are approximately 125 trillion synapses in the human cerebral cortex. Within 2 years, frontier AI models will exceed 100 trillion parameters, approximating the human cerebral cortex in size and complexity. This will enable computer vision and natural language models with incredible precision. They will still be considered narrow AI models, but they will also start to demonstrate some generalized knowledge capabilities and start a new chapter in automation. Looking forward, I see at least 2 significant trends on the horizons for cities. First, supercomputers are typically viewed as instruments for scientific discovery, only found in research institutes and government labs. But going forward, every city with an AI agenda will have an urban AI data center powered by its own supercomputer. Second, a new paradigm for designing cities is emerging. It is based on a hyper-realistic, physics-based simulation that will coexist with the physical world and it's called the metaverse. Let's cover each one in more detail. Deploying AI at the scale of a city introduces a new level of complexity in data management and data governance. It also creates imperative to upgrade and expand the local computational infrastructure to accommodate the data collection, storage, and computing requirements of a smart city. The optimal approach will be a hybrid one. This combines an urban AI data center with an on-prem AI supercomputer that can train and deploy AI models for rapid local adoption. This capacity should be connected to the commercial cloud to leverage their scalable services and innovation from the cloud to the edge. Computing capacity will emerge across the city, embedded in smaller form factors inside devices, sensors, and machines. Cities have many edges: phones, cars, street lamps, buildings, bicycles, bridges. These are all the edges of a city. Ultimately, the urban AI data center will be the digital heart of smart cities. One of the most powerful new workloads that can run on top of an urban AI data center will be the new generation of digital twins. One of the earliest examples of a working digital twin was in 1996, the construction of the Heathrow Express facilities in London. The business case for digital twins is very simple. If you can test, predict, and solve on virtual representations of an object rather than testing on the physical object before it's engineered and built, you can save time and resources, transforming the entire design and innovation process. What if we can apply this concept to a city? What if you can create a virtual world governed by the natural laws of physics? This is the metaverse, and NVIDIA built the foundation to deliver it. We call it NVIDIA Omniverse. More than a visualization, this enables a simulation that fully characterizes the behavior and interaction of physical objects as if in the real world. Check out this brief video. With this platform, mayors, city planners, architects, engineers, and builders can work together to design public spaces. They can simulate how those spaces will feel and react to other elements in the environment. Then they can use that simulation as a digital twin, coexisting with the physical world to support ongoing analytics, governance, and operations of the city. Before the first brick is set, cities will have the ability to accurately model every beam of light through the windows of a new building. See how the texture of carpet looks against the sheen of new wallpaper. See the impact of rain and wind on roof tiles. Assess the impact of sound from outside traffic on a new school. A physics-based metaverse is a game changer for cities. It also sets the stage for some novel possibilities. What if you can not only design spaces, but also the machines that will operate in them? What if you can safely train robots to be robots inside this simulation before they are launched into a factory, a hospital wing, or onto your city streets? NVIDIA has already put this idea into action. Meet Carter, a robot we built to deliver meals. We created a digital twin of Carter and a simulation of our Santa Clara headquarters. Carter learned how to be Carter inside this simulation. He ran into walls and people, and he got lost in the hallways. But eventually, Carter figured out the right way to get his job done. Then we downloaded that experience, that AI model, from the virtual world into the real one. Now watch this video with side-by-side views of Carter learning inside the simulation and executing his task in the real world. Smart cities will be pulsing with purpose-built machines, operating autonomously in different functions, from cleaning sidewalks and delivering mail to monitoring for health hazards and inspecting bridges. NVIDIA's technology creates the opportunity to accurately model infrastructure, landscapes, weather, creating the synthetic basis for training machines to safely coexist with people. This same technology platform is being adopted by many of the world's leading auto companies to train autonomous vehicles, allowing them to learn how to drive safely inside a virtual world before they hit your streets. Cities may also want to leverage this same technology to test and certify autonomous machines in a virtual simulation of their city before granting them approval to operate in the real one. My closing point is about the future of smart cities in South Korea. South Korea is a leading digital nation, widely recognized for the strength of its domestic semiconductor, auto, and electronic sectors. Government initiatives that prioritize emerging technologies like AI and 5G, and a powerful political commitment to innovation with the new digital deal. South Korea also has a track record of successful smart city projects like Busan. I expect your nation will continue its legacy of leading in the implementation of AI across all industries, government, and especially cities. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the keynote. It was an honor to participate in your event. On behalf of NVIDIA, thank you and be well.
Thank you very much, the Vice President Keith Strier, for your insightful keynote speech. Thank you once again. And I'm afraid of that it brings us to the end of today's opening ceremony for the World Smart City Korea 2021. But we ask for your interest and participation to the exhibition and conference of the 5th World Smart City Expo, which will be held here in Kintex for 3 days. Thank you very much once again for all participants who are joining us on site and online live until the very end. Thank you very much. Until now, my name is Sori Moon. Bye-bye.